In this package, Arise Agenda, dialogue on Umoina administration's thrust in focus in Uyo's summit. Akwa Ibom House of Assembly Deputy Speaker appreciate constituents, convene stakeholders meeting. Family physician advocate training on cardiopulmonary resuscitation to reduce deaths in society. And Akwa Ibom State to benefit from multi-billion-dollar project for adolescent girls and women. Details shortly. Good morning. This is Akbc 45 News at Dawn, and I am Iyageno Paul. The Arise Agenda blueprint of Governor Umoina-led administration has been unveiled in the state. The unveiling took place at Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort. We tagged Akwa Ibom Dialogue, a convocation of Akwa Ibom experts and professionals aimed at interpreting the blueprint. It had past governors, past and present political office holders across party lines and other guests in attendance. Government House reporter Patience John reports that the Akwa Ibom Dialogue, which began Monday 24th July 2023, will last till Thursday 27th July 2023.
Present participants at the ongoing Akwa Ibom Dialogue, which is holding at the Ibom Icon and Golf Resorts, Governor Umoina said the Arise Agenda will serve as a guide to ensure optimal utilization of available resources to deliver an inclusive, diversified, and vibrant economy to the states. The governor mentioned health, education, growing SMEs, agriculture, security, and entrepreneurship as some cardinal areas the administration will pay attention to.
We have the human resources, and we think our young people should have that spirit, but we must put that entrepreneurial spirit in a proper context to make them compete with the world. We will create a ministry that will focus on internal security, and we will invest deeply in tourism, which today, thanks to Ibom Air, has made our state a destination of choice for Nigerians and other foreigners.
He implored Akwa Ibom people to support the blueprints in order to achieve the desired benefit to the people, urging the incoming commissioners to be up and doing in order to contribute meaningfully in its administration.
The truth is, there is work to be done. We will not take excuses. We will take results. The old people, you still need their wisdom. You still need their ideas. There are things we need to finish. There are processes still ongoing. That's why there is a continuity in this government that will bring them so that we can sit together and finish. But please, I like to say, how far you will travel will depend on you.
The immediate past governor of the state, Mr. Dom Emmanuel, who was special guest of honor at the Vines, commended his successor for taking steps to improve on the lives of Akwa Ibom people through the Arise Agenda and advised him to explore and tap knowledge from the rich human resources in the state to ensure the success of his administration's blueprints.
The whole idea is to improve. No man has the custodian of all the knowledge, and building a state like this is continuing. I mean, we put a single block, you come and put another, you come and until we get what we want and get to where we are going to. So I really want to thank you for inviting all of us and making this thing cut across all.
Senator Odoma who chaired the event, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Elder Demo Otong, and former Governor Obong Victor Otta lauded Governor Moeno's initiative and promised to support his dreams. Obong Otta availed the governor of a document that will assist his agenda.
It is most commendable for the governor to be willing to expose his blueprint to sector experts as well as to the general public for review and constructive criticism.
On behalf of the leaders and members of the 8th Assembly of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, I heartily congratulate our governor and Akwa Ibomites on this rare milestone.
When I look at your Arise agenda, I feel pleased because you have agreed that even in bringing power, you bring variations into it by way of maybe solar energy as well, and that is very pleasing to know because that's renewable energy.
Others who spoke included the representative of Akwa Ibom Bibion Tenyin Solomon Daniel Etu and an APC chieftain, Otue Kongdone Tiebet, who thanked Governor Moeno for his peaceful disposition and readiness to run an inclusive government that cut across party lines and promised to assist him to succeed at the national level.
I want to assure you that we will mobilize all our Akwa Ibomites in Abuja. We want you to consult us at any time and we shall get your dreams fulfilled. We want you to definitely request you to know that when you feel the traditional rulers can help in bringing peace to this community, differ not from anything else more.
The state's governor, Pastor Moeno, will swear in commissioners and special advisor today, Thursday, 27th July 2023. The swearing-in ceremony, according to a statement by the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Obong, will take place at the Banquet Hall of Government House at 4 p.m. All invited guests expected to be seated before 4 p.m. The Deputy Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Mr. Kufreba Sedidem, has thanked his constituents for the support accorded him and other candidates of the People's Democratic Party in the just concluded general elections. Mr. Sedidem, who represents Itu State constituency, was speaking at a stakeholders meeting he convened to thank the people and solicit for a united front in support of the present administration from Itu. Uyukoswa completes the story.
The lawmaker attributed his emergence as Deputy Speaker in the 8th Assembly to the grace of God, the benevolence of Governor Moeno and his colleagues in the House, as well as stakeholders of the party. While appealing for forgiveness for any kind of wrongs he may have done to any Itu person during the build-up to the elections, Mr. Didem said it was time to jettison all the differences occasioned by the intrigues of elections and electioneering and unitedly seek for, defend and protect the interests of the people and everything that favors the local government's area.
Let us forgive ourselves so that we can work together. Let us forgive ourselves so that we can support Pastor Moeno in one heart. Let us forgive ourselves. This government, as part of a soon of him platform, on our end, the Holy Spirit, no that about the government, and you are from your Kwaibo. The party led by Honorable Anieta and the state chairman of the party. But then I get colleagues, me, members of House of Assembly, of the 8th Assembly. But I go more and no.
The stakeholders in a motion moved by Mr. Mfon James and seconded by Obong Blessing Basi conveyed the gratitude of Itu people to Governor Moeno, members of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly and the stakeholders of the PDP in the state for considering their son worthy of the position of Deputy Speaker in the 8th Assembly. Several other stakeholders who spoke were the Itu Chapter Chairman of the PDP, Mr. Victor Okun, the Chairman Foreign Direct Investment, Mr. Gabriel Ukbe, the Chairman of Itu Local Government, Barrister Etete Monuk, Mr. Raphael Edem, Obong Grace Ekong, Mr. Fion Ebong, and Obong Godi Awa. The stakeholders also agreed that the positive implication of the decisions reached and issues discussed at the meeting will be far-reaching and will tremendously impact the local government area.
I come governor, so take the message to him for supporting him to be deputy speaker.
I thank God for what God has done for it.
Now that a new spirit has emerged in it too, let us be part and parcel of it, so that we will all reap the benefit of it.
Uyoko Uswa, Akbc News.
Akbc State is to benefit from a multi-billion-dollar project aimed at advancing access to comprehensive sexual and reproductive health of rights of adolescent girls and women from 2023 to 2025. The project is sponsored by the Norwegian government through the United Nations Population Fund. Uyoko Oswa reports that the Akwa State Ministry of Economic Development is already coordinating other partner ministries to ensure the smooth takeoff of that project.
The partner ministries to ensure the implementation of the UNFPA project alongside the Ministry of Economic Development are the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Ministry of Women Affairs, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Economic Development, Barrister Christopher Udo, while hosting the project startup meeting, said the state is ready to accord the United Nations Population Fund the cooperation to succeed.
We decided particular project, we don't devour us completing the project. We work towards a global goal and apply on the project. Every good thing should come here. Wherever it is our Akbc. Thank you very much for thinking so much about us.
The UNFPA Head Office Program Coordinator, Arasu Jambuik Swaram, spoke on modalities for its implementation.
UN Population Fund, we focus on three transformative results, namely ending unmet need for family planning, ending preventable maternal deaths, and ending TBD and harmful practices of human child marriage. So that's kind of our global standard we're aiming for by 2030, which is in line with the SDG plan.
Dr. Baba Mari of the Norway project, while briefing the stakeholders, said the project will cover 5 local government areas, 40 primary health care centers, involve 50 school-based sexual and reproductive health girls clubs, and 20 youth clubs for boys. Mari noted that the project is expected to enhance accessibility to quality family planning, counseling, and services for adolescent girls and women of reproductive health, among other objectives.
So as a big background, this is a Norway government funded project which UNFPA is implementing and is building upon a previous project which was titled Integrated Approach to Empowering Adolescent Girls in Women in Gombe and Akwa Ibom States.
The UNFPA delegation earlier donated medical equipment and other commodities to Family Life Center, VVF Hospital, Mbriban Itam. Uyoko Uswa, Akbc News.
The inauguration of National Petroleum Company Limited and Mobile Producing Nigeria Unlimited joint venture Emoimi Health Community Development Trust has been held. The trust, which is for the mobile catchment areas of Eastern Obolo, Mkbarenim, Ona, Ikorobasi, and Esreka, had Senator Helen Eswen as the chairman, board of trustee. The event took place at Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resorts. Of the BOT are Barrister Basi Danabia, A. Commodore Charles Uso retired, Mrs. Lily John, Saudoy Johnson, Mr. Emmanuel Ntuk, Engineer Sukwede, Engineer Sunday Udo, and Engineer Clinton Akban. They were inaugurated by the management of the trust. Speaking, the the chairman, managing director, ExxonMobil affiliate companies in Nigeria, Mr. Mark Fraser, said the inauguration of the trust is as a result of PIA bill made to ensure that the host communities of oil companies are developed. He thanked the host communities of Mobil Producing Nigeria Unlimited for cooperating with the companies for the past 59 years and enjoined the BOT members to work in unity.
We are delighted with the collaborative efforts involving our joint venture partner, NNPC Upstream Investment Management Services, our regulator, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, our communities, member of the board of trustees, and the other state government has resulted in the success we're witnessing today.
Representatives of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited spoke at the event.
It's been a long journey. Really glad to have worked with the BOT industry. They said they can hit the ground running, they can hit the ground running.
Today, the event is to induct the members of the Board of Trustees, Management Committee, and Advisory Committee on the working of the institute as expected under the PIA.
The Commission as the agency of federal government is saddled with the oversight of host community development establishment.
The representative of the Ministry of Power and Petroleum Development, stakeholders, and members of the host communities gave goodwill messages at the event.
Let me appreciate Mobil Producing Nigeria Limited for its ingenuity in managing its relationship with those communities and we are here to support them. I am engaged to support this board and we look forward to having the community developed. Now, ExxonMobil has led us
the chairman board of trustee Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, Mobil Producing Nigeria Limited joint venture, Emeyomi Host Community Development Trust, Senator Helen Eswene promised to work for the betterment of all.
I want to assure you that you will be happy with what you will see in the next few months and years to come. We intend this trust intends to take this job very, very seriously.
Paul, KBC News. And still to come, family physician advocate training on cardiopulmonary resuscitation to reduce deaths in the society. This and other report when we come back from this break. Please stay with us.
This is where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's only mine, you know. We go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we stay. It's only mine, you know. No matter where we stay, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony.
It's good to have you back. A US-based family physician, Dr. Blessing Young, has advocated intensive training of Akwa Ibom people on cardiopulmonary resuscitation (CPR) in order to reduce cardiovascular deaths in society. Dr. Yang made the advocacy during a training session with the chairman Nigerian Red Cross Akwa Ibom State Branch, Elder Sam Ikon, and some members. Mercy Ekere attended the training at Nigerian Red Cross office.
Dr. Yang said cardiovascular deaths can be prevented if someone within reach could perform the cardiopulmonary resuscitation (CPR) in cases where the victim suffers heart attack or near drowning, in which his breathing or heartbeat has stopped. She explained that heart attacks are caused when the heart cannot pump blood to the rest of the body, including brain and lungs. She called on government and authorities concerned to consider training more people on CPR so that they can respond on demand to avoid deaths that could be preventable.
The average person at home does not know how to do CPR. Yet, cardiovascular disease is one of the top 5 reasons why people die in the world. And so it's very important to empower people. And we start from the grassroots by making sure we empower our local first aid responders, first aid trainers, and then empower them to teach the community from there.
The US-based physician who works with Premier Choice CPR said heart health demands healthy lifestyle, maintaining healthy body weight, and controlling the blood pressure. She pointed out that there is need for proactiveness and prompt attention to health issues so as to reduce unwanted deaths in society.
Prevention is better than cure. And so when providing education, we not only provide education for CPR, but we provide education for how do we even prevent ourselves from getting to cardiovascular demise. The aim is to make sure that we do our best with the short, quick action to save someone's life versus letting them wait around for minutes, even hours, and we will not see a good result.
The chairman, Nigerian Red Cross, Akwa Ibom State Branch, Elder Sam Ikon, thanked Dr. Blessing Yang for the training, calling for more of such collaborations. He enumerated some of his achievements since assumption of office, saying that his second term in office will focus more on human capacity development.
Our focus in my first term was to increase branch divisions. We came and made just basically one functional branch or two. But as of today, we are able to raise the divisions to at least we have 24 functional. My second term is about enhancing capacity, visibility, and ensuring that we are in place of our own.
Participants tried their hands on CPR process at the end of the training. Some of them spoke with Akbc News.
Because for me, once you get into heart attack, it is only CPR is your only lifeline. And so it is very important that as much as it is possible, everybody should be equipped with this knowledge.
So we learn CPR on adults and on infants and teenagers, like from the age of 9 months to 3 years or 5 years. So for the adults, you give 30 chest compressions, like you lock your fist and give 30 chest compressions, and you give 2 rescue breaths.
Mercy Ekere, Akbc News.
Women have been advised to be productive through hard work in order to be useful to their families and communities. The former Commissioner for Agriculture and President, Mary Sleza Kanglo Foundation, Dr. Glory Day, gave the advice when she appeared on Akbc morning program Tianti Asaka to talk on the theme Tutemirong. Yours truly reports that Dr. Edith also appealed to Akwa Ibom people to support Governor Moino to succeed.
Dr. Glory, who spoke on what people should do to add value to themselves and contribute to the development of the state, said women must be relevant, engage in trading and other productive ventures to enable them to take care of their immediate needs and support families. Dr. Edith said contributing to the society is the reason she established Mary Slessor Kandilo Foundation to cater for the needs of multiple birth children, as exemplified by Mary Mitchell Slessor throughout her stay in Nigeria. She said aside catering for the multiple birth children and their mothers, the foundation, which was launched recently, also pays school fees to indigent students, provides for the widows and the less privileged.
I think we need your Mary Slessor. Mary Slessor uncle Baba Kidon of Intogo, you pay conclude, Kimi government area. And at that Panpo, Anna Madame Poroke, a tated me, Academy. Mary Slessor, Mary Mitchell Slessor, tated me Academy. Introduce foundation, yes, you want to make the foundation, you see me, you see Ika Fongo, you to me. You see, you know, the man the toilet, you know, woman the toilet on the toilet, you be for the apple. You go, this is one neighbor, yes, and I mean, or the Nina, maybe a more dear. Can you make it for the woman? You see, no, I mean, no, you know, we go to the elderly, the aged. One one person, Mary Slessor, and I'm so okay, one pom. I do, and you know, more so. You know, okay, call Nigeria and the world at large.
Dr. Ed commended the Moino administration for touching lives of the less privileged in the state in joining Akwa people to support him to succeed.
I don't believe. Even Roba Kukara, Basini. I know you are working in the airphone. So I need to go overseas. Apart from looking at the overseas, I want to be a pastor. I do executive director of Greek Investments. Of course, really, my Islam to get me sure about most things. I'm a commissioner for lands. I'm a phone. Women has been tested and trusted. It was fun and excitement at this year's graduation and prize giving ceremony of Ultra Excellence Model Schools, number 9 Ekborosom Street, Afarafort, Uyo local government area. A ceremony which took place at the school assembly hall began with passing out parade, while the school commandant, Reverend Dekbede Nefang, and retired General Paul Isang inspected a guard of honor by the cadets. Etienne Oiba reports.
Beep, beep, beep. Hooray! Beep, beep, beep. Hooray!
Done with the parade came a procession by the school cadets transiting to primary division as well as primary pupils who graduated to secondary classes and senior secondary 3 students leaving for tertiary institutions. The school orchestra, Ultra Excellence Cultural Troupe, entertained with an emotion-laden speeches from nursery, primary and secondary cadets and graduates as well as other presentations. The wife of the Uyo area superintendent of Kobo Church, Deaconess Idon Esirekuo, who chaired the occasion, commended the school for instilling discipline and valor on students. She also applauded parents for the huge investment on the children and was, and urged the graduates to remain shining ambassadors of their alma maters.
Thanks for your support to Ultra Excellence Schools. Thanks for finding this place fit to bring your children to learn. They've not just learned mathematics and English, but above all, godly morals have been imputed in their lives.
The school commandant, Reverend Akbc Fanga, said the institution, established 14 years ago with paramilitary formation to add value to the development of the young ones, has continued to maintain a standard. Reverend Fanga, who is also the general superintendent and chairman of conference Akbc, noted that graduates have been rooted academically to compete with global counterparts.
Let me appreciate our wonderful parents for what they've sown into the life of our parents, which has helped us to go to heaven what it is to do. Let me appreciate the graduating parents working very hard to get to the city of the heaven they are, not the city of life.
The best graduating students of Akbc Fanga, special guest of honor, Elder Obonekpo, retired General Paul Isang, and some parents bet their minds on the occasion.
It has been a really rough journey, discipline, everything. Okay, I think I forgot to make everything sweet for me. I don't want
take time and get what you came here for.
It wasn't easy, but to God be the glory. God has made it possible.
Let's sincerely thank the teachers of this great institution. They have been so wonderful.
The commandant that I know is a military man, spiritually and physically, and he has brought that experience, the passion, to bear on this school.
The event featured induction into the U&E Alumni Association, presentation of gifts to graduates, recognition of outstanding output of some teachers, as well as cutting of graduation cake. Etienne Ibanga, Akbc News.
That's all we have for you this morning, but before we get another look at the top stories, a US-based family physician, Dr. Blessing Yang, has advocated intensive training of Akwa Ibom people on cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, in order to reduce cardiovascular deaths in society. The Arise Agenda blueprint of Governor Moino-led administration has been unveiled in the state. The unveiling took place at Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort to yield tagged Akwa Ibom Dialogue, a convocation of Akwa Ibom experts and professionals aimed at interpreting the blueprints. We also brought a report that the Deputy Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Mr. Kufra Basedidem, has thanked his constituents for the support accorded him and other candidates of the People's Democratic Party in the just concluded general elections. That's the package. We thank you so very much for your time and have a rewarding Thursday. Good morning.